It's that time of year, Nathan.
What time of year?
Sleepy Hollow time.
Halloween?
Yeah.
We love Halloween.
Same thing.
We love Halloween and we love Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Mm-hmm. The Headless Horseman, Ichabod Crane, Katrina Van Tassel.
Brombones.
Brombones. Yeah. And we were at Fort Wilderness recently. Mm-hmm. And Fort Wilderness at Walt Disney World currently has a special event.
They just started a new event this year. It's called Return to Sleepy Hollow.
Return to Sleepy Hollow. And what's that about?
Well, basically you get to watch the old animated film from the 1940s.
Half of it, Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Mm-hmm. We watched the Ichabod half. Mm-hmm.
And you get to watch it in the stables of the Tri-Circle D Ranch.
Yes.
With all the horses around you.
And it is quite the experience.
It is so atmospheric.
And before we go into those details, afterwards, and this is the main attraction, is a photo shoot that you get to take. It's a photo op. With the Headless Horseman himself. That same Headless Horseman that rides down the street on Main Street, Disney World, Magic Kingdom.
For the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Yeah, before the parade. Now you get to take your picture with him. And this is how much?
Oh, it's
This is a special charge. It's not free.
I don't remember the exact price, but it's between $20 and $35. And that's depending on whether you get the regular seating or the premier seating. And
that's a great deal for something.
It is a great deal.
I mean, there's a lot of free things to do at Fort Wilderness, and then there's things they charge for. Mm-hmm. This is a great deal for what it is because it's one of those Disney experiences.
I totally agree.
And so we had been earlier that day. We had been there and we had seen the barn.
Right.
Visited the horses, Cinderella's little ponies, the Headless Horseman's horses.
Yeah, we saw them all.
Which were super sweet. They loved to take pictures with you and everything. It was pretty amazing.
It was so incredible.
And so we had been to this barn before. Just a barn, barn-like.
So it was amazing to see it transform.
Stable.
Yeah, it was amazing to see it transform for this event.
Yeah, we went to this event after we ate dinner at the Hoop-Dee-Doo, rode on a wagon ride.
It was our Fort Wilderness day.
It was our Fort Wilderness day, and it was the evening. Everything timed perfectly. Headed over to the stables, and it was already dark. It was already getting dark. And we went over to the stables. There was a crowd already forming. And we had gotten our tickets long in advance.
Oh yeah, of course.
This thing is probably sold out now.
It is probably sold out.
But people cancel and stuff. I'm sure.
So just keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, and if they do this next year, you're gonna want to do this.
You definitely want to do this.
So we were there with this crowd, and the crowd. It said this was for the premium seating crowd, but really it was everybody.
It was the premiums, or you mean letting us in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was anybody and everybody. They could go in.
Yeah, they had a line, and as you went in, I think you told them if you were there for premium or not.
Right.
And but
before you walk in, they had a big backdrop with Return to Sleepy Hollow, and they had pumpkins lined up. It was very autumn, fallish. It was very reminiscent of colonial America.
In fact, outside in the waiting area, the area before we walk in, they have a little graveyard set up. It says Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, and you can see Ichabod's hat on one of the tombstones. That was also a cool area to take photos.
We'll show you guys pictures and videos.
And so, when they started letting people in, there was a table there, and they were handing out the gifts that come with your package.
Now, so if you're getting the premium package, what you're getting is a treat bag, which it turned out to be this little vinyl kind of lunch bag that they have, and all it said was Sleepy Hollow on it.
It says Return to
Sleepy Hollow, and it's black. and they had treats in there. I'm not sure. I think I saw online the treats that some people got, and they were just some candies.
It was like the same candy that you get when you trick or treat at the Magic Kingdom.
Right, exactly.
They have that deal with Mars candy, so you're talking about M&Ms and Snickers and things like that. But,
so you get that in addition to a special pin.
But everybody gets the pin.
Now, if you're just getting the regular price one, oh, and also with the premium, you are getting seating in the front, the first 6 rows of the stables, and you're also getting, because you're in the front, you're getting priority.
You're first in line to take photos.
Yeah.
But we didn't get the premium, and I mean, I feel like we got the same, practically the same experience.
We absolutely did.
I mean, you know, it's...
You can totally see if you're in the further back row. I mean, it's
not a long wait to get to your picture turn.
No. And it's almost better because you have a longer time frame to see the horsemen, you know, like
yeah, you get to watch the, you know, how it works and everything.
Yeah, otherwise like you just go take your picture and you leave, you know.
Yeah, and everybody gets a pin. I mean, the pin that is very cool. I actually have the pin. Let me show it to you. Go ahead and press that button so it'll focus on that. Yeah, that is the pin that comes with the experience. And if you collect Disney pins, you know, this is a nice, high quality, you know, this is a standard quality Disney pin. And this is the Headless Horseman. And honestly, I hate to even take it off that card.
Yeah, what I was going to say is
the card is cool.
I almost wish that the card was part of the pin, but I know that would be a ridiculous.
Yeah, we thought this was, like, when we saw a picture of it, we didn't know how big this was. We thought the whole thing was the pin, but yeah. But, you know, you can actually save the card. It's very easy to take this off of the card and just, like, keep the card and put it back on the card when you're not wearing it. And there's the, you know, typical Disney Mickey shaped pin backs. Very cool. And this comes with, go ahead and focus that again on us now. This comes with the any of the packages to get in there. And so when you're checking in, you'll get your pin, and if you got the other
service, now, and also everybody, when you're walking towards the seating, they offer popcorn, free popcorn.
They have
for you.
Big bags of
personal popcorn. Each person can get one.
I forget what the brand was, but
it was butter and salted, or I think they might have just had a plain one too. And
I think they had butter, and then I think they had was it sea salt or something like that?
Maybe.
I don't know. They had 2 that I saw, and you know, so you just grab those and go to your seat. We saw online before that they were giving not popcorn but candy.
Well, actually not in line before, but we saw online.
On YouTube.
Yeah, online they had been giving candy, but what I think is that what they did is they changed that because the premium people were already getting candy in their bags, so they were like, oh, well, you know, then what am I paying for? Yeah. So they started giving popcorn instead.
Popcorn is what everybody gets now, and then premium gets a little candy.
And that might change. They might give Doritos.
This is brand new, and they were clearly figuring it out themselves. But it was still very nice and well organized. And everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we went onto our seat, and these are folding chairs. I noticed the premium seats, which are just a few. You're not, like, if you are among the first to get in, you're not that far back from the premium people from the screen. And the premium people had like lawn chairs, which I don't even think I could sit in that. I'm fine with it, you know. So you sit down, and you know it's in the barn. It's kind of dark, and the movie comes on, and it's Ichabod. They opened with the Ichabod and Mr. Toad, but it just jumped right to the Ichabod half. And in the stables, all alongside you, the horses are in there, and they are
neighing, and there
are some feisty. The horsemen's horses are feisty, and they'll kick the...
They're kicking the thing. Yeah. One of the horses even like turned its head out and was watching the movie with us for a little bit, and then he turned his head back in. It was just a really neat experience.
We were worried that this was like, when we heard this was going to be in the barn, because I keep saying barn, but when we heard this was going to be in the stables, we had already heard about the event and we were excited.
We had expected.
Then we heard that and we were like, oh, it's gonna be smelly. And
we thought it was gonna be a little rough. Now we thought, for some reason we thought that it was gonna be, they were gonna cancel the Chip and Dale sing-along for that night, and it was gonna be in the campfire area.
Where they always show movies.
Right, we just kind of assumed that, but when they said the stables, our reaction was like, oh my gosh, you know. We have sensitive people in our party to
odors,
smells, and
but it was not a problem.
Also hay, we were worried about the hay too, because I have really bad allergies as well. But not a problem at all. I think you guys will be completely fine.
They keep it so clean. They have big fans in there all the time.
Yeah, we mentioned in our previous video that they clean the stalls out every single morning. So I mean, like fresh hay, everything. So that's what keeps it clean, I think.
So it was just a really nice experience watching the film, which we love.
It was so
we watch every
atmospheric.
Halloween, you know. We watch more than just on Halloween.
What I thought was a really nice touch is they actually kind of slipped. There are nameplates for each horse.
Yeah.
Next to their stable area, and for the event they slipped in some temporary ones, and they had horses' names from the film and from the story itself. Yeah. Like there was Gunpowder.
Gunpowder, and I think one of the horses was Brom Bones' horse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or did it say, was it Daredevil? Daredevil was Brom Bones' horse.
Yeah, there was one.
Was there one named Daredevil? So yeah, they did that just for that, I think.
It was just really interesting.
So it was really cool. And my battery light's blinking, so we'll wrap up soon. But we shot some more videos today.
Yeah.
So after the movie, and I wasn't ready for this, so I didn't have my camera ready because we didn't know it was going to be right behind the screen. When the movie ended, it said like, and now, you know, a return to Sleepy Hollow. And like the screen went up, and the doors
double doors
opened
to the rest of the
because there's
stable.
In the middle of the stable are some double doors.
They opened, and it was this epic.
And all this fog comes out.
It was so amazing.
And then in comes the horseman on his horse.
It was so incredible.
God, I wish I'd filmed that.
I know.
But I did not know it was going to happen.
Yeah.
There were at that point, no videos on YouTube.
We do have video of everything else except for that reveal.
Well, we have, we're going to post some videos of like, you know, the people going up and taking pictures and stuff. And, you know, they just bring him out, and there's a little fencing between you and him.
And there's a backdrop for him to stand.
And they stand so still that you're practically better off getting filmed than a photo, because in your photo, this is the only thing. When you take a picture with him,
it looks like a cardboard.
It looks like a statue. Because the horse is so used to taking pictures. And I mean, the horseman, every time somebody comes up and it's time to take a picture, he holds up the pumpkin.
Right.
And he's on the horse. But it looks like you're standing in front of a statue in the pictures. But you're not. It's totally real. And, you know.
But we got a really fun picture, and we'll post it
We got some fun pictures. Yeah. And so, yeah, it was an amazing experience. And we just came out of that.
It was so awesome.
So excited and happy.
And we had said before in our previous video, in our Fort Wilderness video, which you should check out, we'll put the link in this video, but we said that we were almost a little disappointed that we had missed the campfire sing-along with Chip and Dale, but experiencing this instead was just as good, if not more interesting, because, you know, it was something really rare that I mean, think about it. You're watching Ichabod, the old 1940s film, in the Tri-Circle D Ranch stables.
In the stables.
Nobody ever gets to do that, you know?
You felt like you were like back in the old days.
Exactly.
You know? It really was the perfect setting. And
I felt like I was Spinner Marty at the camp, you know, just experiencing an event that the camp was having or something like that. You know?
If it had rained or something outside, they wouldn't have to have canceled it, because it was just...
Yeah, it was
You're
perfect.
in the stables and everything. It was brilliant. It was just excellent. I mean, hearing the horses, some of the horses kicking the...
At the very end, when there's that huge race with Ichabod and the horsemen, they were getting really excited because they were hearing the horses and you know...
It was cool.
It was really awesome.
It's an amazing experience. Highly recommended.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, go check that out for sure. Hopefully it comes back next year.
Oh, I hope so. Now, I heard a woman asking one of the Disney cast members if they were going to bring it back, and... Excuse me, I saw her asking this from far away, and his back was turned away, like towards me, so I didn't really see the reaction he gave, but it was almost like maybe not kind of reaction, so I really hope they do.
It was probably a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a lot of work. It's a lot of, it looks like it's a lot of work. And you got to get the horsemen out, you know, bring them over. And, so it wouldn't surprise me. And if they did, well, at least
price or something.
If they don't, at least we went.
I know. If you guys can catch it, try and catch it. I know a lot of people, I know for a fact a lot of people started canceling when they heard it was going to be in the stables. And when they saw some of the pictures online of the horseman, because they think it's a statue, but it's not a statue. It is a real horseman. So just keep that in mind.
It's so cool.
So you might be able to get tickets still.
I highly recommend this, and I really hope it sticks around.
Me too.
Will it? I don't know, but I hope so. Okay, guys.
Anyway, like and subscribe.
Comment.
And comment below.
Tell us if you went or if you're gonna go.
If you want to go.
If you're excited or if you enjoyed it. If you have different feelings about it, maybe you didn't like the smell of the barn.
Yeah, let us know if you went and you didn't like the smell or something.
We barely noticed it, and we're sensitive to that stuff.
Right.
Especially our mom was very sensitive, and she didn't have a problem.
Yeah, she was fine.
I was shocked.
Yeah,
so it was great.
Good.
Yeah, highly recommend it. So we'll be back with more.
We're gonna have a lot more videos about our trip. We got.
And after that, the planning of the
next one, because we've already started planning.
It's gonna be a long way off, but we're planning.
And of course, we'll have some movie reviews and all our normal stuff in there.
We're really getting more into the Disney by Moonlight stuff, so there's gonna be a lot more Disney by Moonlight.
But don't stop watching for you other folks, because we've got a lot of other stuff too. It's not just Disney.
Stuff planned and non-Disney stuff.
We did a Halloween Horror Nights video recently too.
Yeah, and we're coming up with our Mickey's Not So Scary video.
Yep.
Okay, guys. Well,
see you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
No, he's has a really funny arm with his neck. He's secretly a giraffe. It's the reveal at the end of the reveal stuff as a new I never had No, I haven't had it. We're sharing, right?
Yeah, sure.
Get one.
Get one, Lou. 1, 2, 3. Hang on a second.
but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst.
That's why he's mine on Halloween night.
But when he goes jogging across the land, holding his noggin in his hand, demons